Hey, good evening. This is Alcan. Welcome back to my channel and some interesting news. I don't know if you've seen this on YouTube. Back on February 8th, a special bulletin came up. Those who follow eyewitness news in New York City, here in the city, and some people follow around the country. A city controller named Scott Stringer did an investigation about the schedules of the New York City transit system, including the year of hell around 2017. And not only it came up in the YouTube special report, Eyewitness News, also came up in the Day News the next day. It says MTA, you got it, lies. That's the city controller. And he said in a report that the New York City Transit, I'm doing YouTube. That's Michelle for you. Stringer reported that information was not being, how should I put this? It was not being applied correctly. It was being misled, saying that they were feeding this to everybody, the public, the city, the press, saying, oh, the trains are doing better and better and better, when reality is they were getting worse and worse and worse. In fact, the 2017 called the Summer Hell is when they decided to expand construction on the subway from 12 a.m. to 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. to 5 a.m. an extra 2 hours, and it caused a lot of problems. And they were trying to hide it with different tactics, saying, "Oh, it's mostly sick passengers, heavy ridership, police actions, whatever." Sometimes blame the crews, which is not in the news article, but that's what they were doing. And somehow the city controller got a hold of it, looked at information, and he's not talking about Andrew Bradford when he finally came here. This is people before him. He went on and on. In fact, he was saying, and it's not a Day News article, it was in the YouTube, that the MTA Inspector General should be involved looking into this. He was dead serious. However, New York City Transit took a different approach, and let me see what they said. Oh, and MTA official said MTA official reject the notion they were trying to mislead the public or make themselves look better. Agency spokesman Sean Trekkie said. He also said later on Eyewitness News, quote, "This is history, and this is not no new news." Well, it's kind of funny he should say that, because guess who else says similar things like this? Woody Allen, Harvey Weinstein, C.K. Lewis, Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, the Catholic Church. Yes, you know, because you just turned some people over. And those people were working at the concentration camps claiming they had nothing to do with what was going on. Those are the guards. Yes, they deported one of these people back recently. So, all these people are saying the same thing. Oh, this is ancient history. This is not new news and shouldn't be bothered with it. And no, this is not new news, because this is not no new news. This is history you keep repeating over and over again. And this is not like something that happened 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago. This happened almost 2 years ago. And this is not the first time they've done this. And believe me, they had done crap like this before too. One time when you had a subway delay, you call up the agency and you say, my train was late, I need a note for my job. You know what? One time they started doing that, they gave out false information. So this is not new. They would give you the interval of the train that came on time, not the actual train interval when it left the terminal. So if it got jammed up for whatever reason, they would give them new call letters at that station. Let's say it was Pelham 123. It got stuck in 125th Street. Now they changed it to the six trains, 125th, and a different time, like maybe 2:50 in the afternoon. And you know, people were getting screwed left and right. The only reason we even found out about this because when these people were trying to do this stuff, one of the relatives called us. Hey, wait a minute, that's not what happened. I was on that train, and that's not what happened. See, you screw your own. This is what happens. People rat you out. Uh, NTA. You can't go around saying, this is not happening because it's happening. You have a record of deceit. This is not new. You keep doing it over and over and over and over again. I can give you examples of deceits you've been doing. You wouldn't like that. And I'm sure you would try to get your lawyers to come after me. But guess what? You come after me, I'm coming after you with my lawyers. And it's not going to be very pretty. That's right. Because the city controller already said he wants the MTA Inspector General to look into this. This is a very serious matter. And let me tell you something, all these people that I just mentioned that say the same crap like Franza did, what has happened? Woody Allen is suing Amazon for $68 million because of breach of contract. You know what happened? The Me Too movement finally caught up with him. No criminal prosecutions happening, but Amazon took a second hit this month. Now they decided they're not going to build the new headquarters in Long Island City. So 25,000 jobs went out the window. A lot of people are happy. A lot of people are not, like the governor. And of course, it didn't help that Woody Allen from New York, was also from New York City, is screwing them over too for the piece of contract. He had a situation where one of his ex-daughters when he was with Mia Farrow. And of course, he married a daughter, not his wife. It came up, and unfortunately, he was writing and directed a movie called Rainy Day in New York, which unfortunately had in it a relationship between a grown man and a 17-year-old girl. Um, Even though 17 is legal in the state of New York, unfortunately, the Me Too movement has had enough of Woody Allen. So that's one. What else? Harvey Weinstein said the same thing. Where is he now? He's on trial for raping an actress. He destroyed a lot of careers. Of course, R. Kelly's being investigated. New evidence came out today about another female underage. She even said how old she was, but they're looking to see if the tape is authenticated. So it's going to be a long process to see what happens to this. Of course, C.K. Lewis, he's still in hot water. He's trying to come back, but he used the Parkland shooting for his comedy routine. Didn't go well. In fact, he said, when you have to try to cover up a joke about jerking off, you just make jokes about kids getting shot. Parent didn't like that. He had his own response with his own comedy version of this, saying at the end this wasn't funny. Of course, Bill Cosby said the same thing. Where is he now? In prison, 10 years, raping a female, and the statute of limitation didn't run out. Let's see. It just goes on and on. Recently, the Catholic Church is giving up names of priests involved in an incident. I forgot what state it was. So even though they've been denying it for years, now they're turning up names. And last year, of course, we had an individual that was working in one of these concentration camps as a guard. Faked faked his identification when he came here in the States after the war. It took a long time to deport him, but he finally got deported last year, and he died in Germany last year. So transit, you can't say this is history, because if it's history, you don't repeat it, but you keep doing it over and over again. Now you get Bradford's not gonna let you do that. So you could say all you want. It's history, and it's not new news. It's making news because you've been screwing these people over and over and over again. You're screwing the employees, you're screwing the passengers, and then you get the passengers and employees at each other, and there you are in your ivory tower to Broadway, smiling like it's nothing's happening. It's like I say, when you have a brass coming in your car saying blowing the horn is unnecessary noise, it isn't the horn that's making the unnecessary noise. It's the guy in the ridiculous suit. Look like he stole from a burro bag, a sack of potatoes, and he acts like, oh, yeah, you're making unnecessary noise and this and that. And all you do is you do these ridiculous tests to try to screw people out of their jobs in the name of safety. Yeah, right. Safety. No, it's trying to put money in your pocket. So I think Inspector General, if he had seen the stuff that's on the city controller's report, I think he should follow up and look into it. Some people should be going to prison. And maybe they'll get an autograph from Woody Allen while they're in prison. Okay, this is Al Can saying so long for now, and don't forget to stop. And if you were late for work and they didn't said that it didn't happen, don't believe them. It did.